Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephen and I'm a traditionally published fantasy author. Today I thought I'd just do a bit of another monthly update on a few things that have been going on, catch you up to date and let you know about some future plans. So by the time this airs, I'll have done my first live stream with Alexa Dunn. She's a traditionally published YA author and I had a great time talking to her, so that was really good, and maybe in the future I'll do some more of those and hopefully go on her channel as well to answer some questions about publishing, because I know a lot of people have been asking her and she said herself, I don't write traditionally published fantasy, I don't really know how to answer that, so she's directing them to me, which is very kind of her, and I look forward to talking to her again in the future. If you're new to the channel, there are two main types of videos that I do on here. I do writing advice videos that are writing about fiction in general, not just science fiction and fantasy, but because all of my experience is traditional publishing, that's what I'm focused on. There are other channels who'll give you advice about self-publishing, and I know only what I've been told by other people, so I can't really advise you on that. But I can talk all about traditional publishing stages, editing, submitting, agents, all that kind of thing, and just talk through my experience and what I've learnt. The other kind of video that I do is author interviews. This is with mostly science fiction, fantasy and historical writers, and we talk about not just their work and their latest book, but also how they got started, what are their inspirations, what got them into writing and reading in the first place, because a lot of the time that informs their path and how they go forward. I recently did one with a person who then went on to teach creative writing. Tim Leach is a historical fiction author who teaches creative writing at University of Warwick here in the UK, and I know him because I've gone and done a lecture at his university about writing. But his story is really fascinating, so if you haven't watched that, I suggest you go back and have a look at that. I've also got some more interviews lined up with other authors coming up. I will be talking to some self-published science fiction and fantasy authors in the next month or so. Those are scheduled in, and I've got some more in the future planned for some more traditionally published fantasy and science fiction authors. So those are the two types of video that I tend to do. The other thing I spoke about last month is setting up a Patreon, but this is not just to contribute to the channel. What I want to do is something a bit different and create a private Discord that is just for writers, those who want to progress with their novels, those who are in the middle of something, those who want advice, and basically the idea is we all contribute on there and we all help each other. Talk about things that we're having problems with, maybe talking about agents, submitting, editing, whatever it might be, and just have a little hub and create a community where we can all talk, and it'll make a private Discord, hence the kind of Patreon thing, just that we don't have people wandering in who aren't interested or just kind of want to see what's going on. So that's there again just going to be for fiction writers. I'm thinking of launching it probably on the 1st of November. I talked about having different tiers with some people, perhaps doing some kind of mentoring. What I think I'm going to do is launch it just with standard membership for everybody, see how it goes, see what the feedback is, talk to people on there, see what they want, and then if we want to introduce some other tiers with some sort of mentoring or work groups was one idea I had. I think we should all talk about it ourselves and then decide amongst us. So that's something I'm going to do. I think I'll probably launch that, as I said, the 1st of November. I recently did a video about myths about publishing, traditional publishing, which has been quite popular and got a lot of good feedback from that one. This week coming, I'm going to my first convention in 2 years because of obviously COVID. And one of the panels on there is myths about publishing, and my agent and other publishers are taking part in that. This is science fiction and fantasy convention in the UK. It's called Fantasycon. It happens every year and tends to move around the UK. So I'm going to go to that event, go to some of these panels, especially go to the myths about publishing one, listen to the questions, I listen to what they're talking about, and then do kind of another report back on myths about publishing, things that they're hearing, things that they say are not true, and just give you the most up-to-date information that I can, direct from the mouth of publishers and agents. The other thing on my channel is I have videos in types of series, so you could check out some of them if you're interested in particular topics. So I'm doing some on bad writing advice. This is stuff I see crop up over and over again, and I kind of dissect it and talk about that. I've got a series on fantasy world building that I'm really keen on doing because it's such a huge area. I love talking about it, so I'm going to do some more of those. I'm also doing some more beyond the page. This is looking at a different aspect of writing, something I like, something I want to imitate, something I want to bring into my own work. so I've got some more of those planned in the future. I'd like to try and get my agent on at some point and do a live Q&A with her, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how this first live stream went, and if I can do some more of them in the future, that would be the plan. Maybe some live Q&A with you out there if you're interested. So comment below on the kind of stuff you'd like to see, and I really appreciate it, and I'll be back soon with another video.